Hello, BookTube. Well, gasp and shock, I have a second MegaStuff video for Friday. I don't know what it is about Fridays. I tend to produce these. I mainly have two things that I want to mention. I have some mail that I want to show you, and I also want to talk about Preptober just a bit. Because I have a call to action. Preptober is the month of October for NaNoWriMo people. NaNoWriMo is right around the corner. NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month, when the whole world comes together to write the draft of a novel in 1 month. 50,000 words. 1,667 words a day. And since you can't write before the stroke of midnight on the 1st of November, October is given over to prepping for NaNoWriMo, planning for it. And that throws a spotlight on the three warring tribes of NaNoWriMo. There are the plotters, the people who take advantage of Preptober to plot out what they're going to do. Scenes, outlines, character histories, all that sort of thing. And then there are the pantsers. That is the group of NaNoWriMo people who don't plot at all. They just write spur of the moment, impromptu, every day. They hit their word count, but they're not plotting anything. And then there's the group in between, which is plantsers. A combination of the two, where they plot a little and then they pants a little. And I've had many NaNoWriMo people and many novelists who aren't NaNoWriMo people tell me over the years that really all writers of fiction are plantsers. That nobody has no idea at all what they're going to write from day to day, and nobody plots every last thing to every last detail. I've had many, many writers, even writers who had no idea what NaNoWriMo is. I've had many writers tell me that it's all plantsing. Oh. Hi, sweetie. But for me, it's been mostly plotting. I rely on plotting a lot so that I'm not breaking new ground every day during November. And for me, it has a little bit more importance than maybe it has for a lot of people who do NaNoWriMo, because I have other writing to do every day. I write for a living. So the less breaking new ground, the less heavy lifting I can do for any writing project, the better. That's probably a large part of why I stress plotting so much. But if you've been following my Preptober melodrama on this channel in the month of October, you know that my planning has gone ugly. I had a story in mind, it fell apart. My desire to do it fell apart. I had a backup story in mind, my desire to do that has fallen apart. I don't have any other story in mind. I can come up with something. There have been a few NaNoWriMos where I came up with a whole thing in a stroke of inspiration, literally the night of the 1st of November. I'm not counting on that happening, though. You can't predict that that will happen. So I'm giving a call to action here. I never do that, even though I'm a booktuber, a YouTuber. YouTubers are supposed to give a call to action to their Donoghue-gonauts. I don't ever do that, but I want to ask, just to see if there's a chance, I want to ask you for plot ideas, or even premises, characters, gimmicks, any kind of spark that you want to throw in my direction. Anything like that. So, you know, a very specific thing maybe won't work so well, but something general, you writers out there, if you have something, a kind of writing, a subgenre, a particular character, a particular gimmick or plot line, something that you want to toss my way, something that will get me sparked. I am largely reconciled to mostly plants this NaNoWriMo. I've never tried it before. So I'm largely reconciled to doing that, but I don't even have the initial spark. So, and you might. So if you want, in the comments field of this video, if you want to toss ideas my way, it'd be much appreciated. And who knows? One of them might be, I might suddenly see one of them and think, oh, yes, that, right there. So that's my first MegaStuff thing here is, I'm sorry, I'm fending off a vicious snouter. she's viciously attacking me. That's my first MegaStuff thing, is a call to action. Not for my Patreon, God knows you all ignore my Patreon, not for anything like that, but just send me some ideas. Give me some help to get started with my NaNoWriMo while we still have time. And then the other thing is mail, because you heard a doorbell ring in an earlier video. That was mail. We got a couple of packages, a manila envelope, and a great big box. So I thought we'd do both of those. I don't think there's any doubt that Frida's going to want this first one, because she's all worked up. Yeah, she's going to want this first one. Where do you get that kind of action anywhere else on BookTube? Let's see here. Oh, fantastic. Okay, I love this sort of thing. Didn't know it was coming out. This has got to be a 2021 release. Yes, this comes out in March. This is The Zoologist's Guide to the Galaxy. What Animals on Earth Reveal About Aliens and Ourselves by Eric Kirschenbaum. The Zoologist's Guide to the Galaxy. Scientists are confident that life exists elsewhere in the universe. However, while we often imagine that life on other planets is the stuff of science fiction, the time has come to abandon our fantasies of space invaders and movie monsters and instead place our expectations on solid scientific footing. Renowned Cambridge zoologist Eric Kirschenbaum argues that scientists can in fact predict much of what alien life might be like. This book is a wildly fun and scientifically sound exploration of what life on other planets must be like. Drawing on his expert understanding of the universal laws that govern life on Earth and in space, Kirschenbaum explains what might exist on other planets, how these alien creatures will move, socialize, and communicate. And he's going to lay a lot of groundwork on there being universal laws of biology. That's kind of interesting. I've known plenty of xenobiologists or scientists who love to think about xenobiology who would have said that might be human hubris to even suggest that we can dictate what those laws will be. Interesting to read, that's for sure. I won't be reading it now because it's a 2021 release, but still. And then we have this great big box. I'm thinking this has to be more than one book because it's quite heavy. But let's see what this is. Oh, it is more than one book. It's a whole box full of books. What have we got here? What have we got here? Baby, this box is bigger than you are. For Pete's sake, you could sleep inside that thing. Oh, fantastic. Oh, book publicists are quite my favorite people. Oh, fantastic. Okay, this is a new series from Penguin. And I was feeling left out because I didn't have it. And now I have a nice selection of it. It's called the Penguin Vitae series. Lovely naked hardcovers. Wow, fantastic. What classic books would you place together on a shelf to represent the course of your life? This is the question that sparks our hardcover series, Penguin Vitae, or loosely translated, Penguins of One's Life. A diverse world of storytellers from the past speak to us at pivotal chapters of our lives and connect a community of readers across time and generations. Penguin Vitae invites readers to curate their own personal Penguin Classics canon from their series and to discover other seminal works of timeless inspiration, intellectual engagement, and creative originality. To enrich the reader's experience of these gift editions, Paul Buckley designs bold typographic covers inspired by each work with vibrant foil stamping and colored end papers, contributing to Penguin's acclaimed history of innovative book design. And let me show you these things, because there's going to be somebody you're going to want to give these to. I know there is. These are the Penguin Vitae series. This is The Awakening and Selected Stories by Kate Chopin. There we go. And this is what was meant by the colored end papers, including an ex libris space where someone can write their name for these. Oh, how lovely. How wonderful. So that's Kate Chopin. Then who else do we have here? Audre Lorde, Sister Outsider. Oh, look at how lovely that is. Fantastic. Who else do we have here? Reynaldo Arenas, Before Night Falls. Wow, in a penguin. How wonderful. This was wrapped in plastic. The others aren't. But then we have Nella Larson, Passing. Wow. Great. Just great. Look at that. Oh, these lovely, you can't tell, but the covers are embossed there. The letters are, oh, and then we have another one wrapped in plastic. This is the Yellow Wallpaper and Selected Writing, Charlotte Perkins Gilman. Great. Fantastic. And there you have, this is like a sampler of the Penguin Vitae series. Just fantastic. Books that move you in your life. Wow. So that, I don't know how many more there are in the series, but this is what the series is going to look like. Really nice. Really, really nice. Thank you very much. So we have the Zoologist's Guide to the Galaxy, and we have the Penguin Vitae series. I think the Penguin Vitae series all comes out in 2020. And all of these works are older anyway, so I can read them. And I haven't read Before Night Falls in quite some time, so that might be the first one. So that was the mail from the bell that you heard earlier, and also a Preptober plea for help. So that is your second MegaStuff video. There will not be a third. I have a restive schnauzer I need to take outside in the snow in Halloween, for Halloween snow. But I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.